Hello everyone, welcome to Lesson 6. Lesson 6 is Legal and Taxes Week. So hold on to your hats, it's going to get exciting. Two categories, legal structure, how you should structure your business legally, and then licenses and taxes. We'll cover those two. Project 2 is due this week. Please note that. So I hope you've had a chance to be working on that. And remember, there are 3 criterion for that website. That is an independent domain name, a basic structure to the website, and third-party payment structure built into the site. Then you have a weekly reflection and a bi-weekly survey. So let's start with legal structure. All of you will need to choose a legal structure for your business. And this document, hg.org, which I'll go to in just a moment, will help you understand a little bit about your options. And so you'll need to determine which legal structure will be best for your business and how you would set that up. So let me go to that hg.org document, and you'll see this as you arrive, legal business structures. And this is going to walk you through a number of business structures. Let me tell you the ones I recommend, because there are a lot of business structures on here. If you'd like to go through all of them, of course you may, but there are a handful that make a lot of sense for someone starting a web business. A sole proprietorship is very common. That just means you own the business. There's not a lot of process to set it up, but as we'll read later on, there are structures that protect your personal assets. Sole proprietorship does not, and so if somebody initiates a lawsuit against you for whatever reason, then your personal funds could be at risk. A business partnership is the same approach, but there's more than one person. So it is business partnerships are defined by 2 or more people, and can be a very simple agreement to start the business together. It's advantageous like a sole proprietorship because you get a ton of control between the partners. The sole proprietor does as well, plenty of control over the business, but in exchange for that control there's slightly more risk. I won't go into CNS Corps. Those have tax benefits. Please, if you're interested, go ahead and read up on them. A limited liability company is a very common option. It does require more time and effort and sometimes funds to set up the limited liability corporation, but it gives you close to the control of the sole proprietorship with some legal protection built in. And so the whole name of the structure, limited liability company, means you are limiting your personal liability, meaning it's a little bit more difficult to if someone were to approach you legally, it's a little bit harder to get to your personal funds. You've essentially told everybody that if they're going to do business with you and they initiate a lawsuit, it's limited to company funds. So that's the simplest way I can explain a limited liability company. Nonprofit corporations have a ton of tax benefits. There's a lot of regulations surrounding them, so be prepared if that's something that interests you. There's a lot of research and compliance you'll need to do to ensure that you're nonprofit compliant. So those are the basic structures. Again, if you'd like to research others and include them, that's completely fine. I just covered the most common ones: sole proprietorship, business partnership, LLC, and nonprofit. So we'll go back to the assignments for the week. You'll have we'll call it a quiz, a brief assignment, just a couple questions on that. You'll have 60 minutes to complete it, so plenty of time, I hope. And then a discussion board on legal structure. Then we'll jump into licenses and taxes. The unique thing about licenses and taxes, I wish we could just list out here what are the licenses you'll need and the taxes you'll pay. But licenses and taxes are so location specific, and it changes from city to city, county to county, locale to locale, and state to state. So the idea around this assignment is to empower you to research that on your own, for your individual area of the world and what type of licenses and taxes it will require. Please take some time in this as you will note if you live in the United States, tax season will come around and there may be implications for it. There may not. Um, and if you live outside of the United States, there's the same possibility that you'll have more consistent taxes. And if you don't plan ahead, you could pull in some revenue for the year and end up with unexpected expense in taxes at the end of the year, which is not fun. It is not common with small internet businesses. You don't see a lot, but over the years I've taught this and had many hundreds of students come through, I have had one or two say that they had some taxes they weren't planning on, and I would hate for that to happen. So take a few moments and read through. Make sure you're comfortable with any sales tax obligations. And that'll be it. Again, Project 2 is due. Please make sure you turn that in and finish your weekly reflection and bi-weekly survey. Thanks, everyone.